Here's the update from last night. The storm really deposited a ton of soil down here. All of this is new in this area, and it backed it up quite a ways. I mean, you can see, just looking around here, you can just see how much moisture was coming to this area, and also too, like the water paths that come through here. So I'm wanting to build check dams over here now, and yeah, gosh, I got a lot of work to do down here, but this is really encouraging as far as how wet this soil is and how much was pulled back here. So let's go like this. There we go. Good Lord, look at all this stuff. You can tell this just went right up and over it. So my next to-do list this week, we've got 4 days of no rain. I'm gonna make this higher. So we're gonna have a lot of work to do this week to get this thing up higher and also a little bit thicker, and pack in more gravel so it can really get these rocks. Well, hey, sweetie, what are you doing? Did you find yourself a little rabbit? There you go, get nice and muddy. All right, let's go this way and we'll go check out the other dams here. Yeah, this one isn't too leaky. It's not holding back hardly anything. Just gonna have to get that one squared away. This one's doing pretty good. Probably need to button up a little bit more. This one over here is the best one of the smaller ones on this side. This one works really well. So look at all that soil it's holding back. That's fantastic. Let's go over here and check out these. I'll give you a bath later, girl. All right, I'm pleased with that one. That's real small. I made some improvements to it this last week, and it held back a ton of sediment. So that's great. These two are fantastic right here. These are the best ones I've got. You can see how thick they are though, and how much debris I've put in them. And so now what this is doing, it's spreading the water out and not having it go so fast through that deep channel that was once through here. So this is the first phase of really rehabbing this area. And what I want to do is start to put check dams now in the secondary wash areas where water comes down when it's really raining like crazy. But those aren't the main ones. But then the thing is what's happening now, this is spreading out and getting flat. It's pushing the water over those areas too. So slow it down over there, and it's like just a cascading effect of just slowing the water. And then the big dam, or the big rock check dam that's down there, that's the really wide one. I want to make that one eventually to hold back enough water to where it keeps like a little small pond down here just during the rainy season and also during the winter season. And then we'll be in real good shape with the groundwater around here. Come here, Meadow. All right, so right here we got the best example of the rock check dams really working. If you look at the ground here, it's 100% flat with the top of the check dam. And what that does is that, number one, it slows the water down, spreads it out, but then also pushes it over that way into secondary drainage, and then pushes it over this way. You can see how it is on the ground here. The water came rushing through on the side by this because this was getting held back, which is exactly what I want. I want to spread all this water out, slow it down, because when it hits this grass here, it slows down a lot, and therefore it gives an opportunity to go in the ground. Also, too, the grass roots in here, this allows the water to get down into the ground faster because the roots aerate the ground, and they also provide habitat for earthworms, so it's really good for the soil. So this is exactly what I want to have happen. And then now what I want to do is build smaller check dams through the secondary drainage areas, slow that water down, and keep pushing it around and just soak this entire meadow basin full of groundwater that's coming through here, or surface water is coming through here, and have it soak into the ground. And then the big check dam down there, that's the one we're going to make into legitimately like a 3-foot tall check dam eventually. It's going to take a long time. Right now we're not even a foot tall. It took me a long time to get it like that, but we'll make it about 3 feet tall. And then I'm going to put a lot of gravel and debris in it and things like that to really tighten that up and have it hold water back, while it's here, have all that stuff sink into the ground. I'm really pleased with how things are going already, but this is literally just the first step of about 20 that I need to do to get us to where we need to be down here. And really exciting though. I love seeing these results. This is good stuff. Look at this. All of this backs all the way up. to there. It's starting to fill in this little channel here. This used to be a pretty deep cut through there. And this was a really deep channel through here, and now look how spread out it is. That's fantastic. That is a huge accomplishment, because that is a wide channel and that was deep. And we're filling it in, so that's good stuff. Let's go check out the other one. I did a lot of work to this one. Yeah, look at that, that's nice. Because so I buttoned up around here and then made this a lot bigger through the middle part, and it really did a good job of holding that back. So this one's definitely, if you look here, let's see. You can see how much that spread it out, and it's really nice and flat. So this whole area is going to start filling in with grass. There's a lot of grass started taking root and growing up. And then that's just the way it does. It spills down right there. Then my property is literally ends right here. So. All right, Meadow, let's go back up to the camper, okay? Let's go. Go over and check out the swale. All right, so last night this area got hammered, and you can see how lots of sediment was deposited down in here. And I actually want to keep this somewhat clear of sediment, so I'm going to use the stuff that accumulated on this side. If you zoom in here, you can see just how much stuff kind of came in there. Take all that stuff and use it to fill in the back area here, and then I'm going to stack more rocks in the back. Like, I got to find a bunch more flat stuff like this to put on the back side. That way it doesn't erode away when the water hits it. Because right here I did create a little spillway area where it comes out and the water can kind of trickle down this area, but you can see it eats at it pretty good. So I'm gonna put some more rocks in there. And there's rocks all over the back side here. And then I also planted some tall grass seed, and I'm hoping that takes root, because then that will help to stabilize this back section here. And but I'm real pleased with how it turned out. I mean, last night it just performed great. I can't imagine how much water was put in the ground there. It was just an incredible amount. And then this area right over here, this is the next space where I'm going to be creating a swale, a half moon structure just like this one, but it's going to be about twice the size. And I've gone through yesterday evening before the storms hit, started clearing out a bunch of cactus here. Excuse me. I started clearing out a bunch of cactus here. And then this is going to be the area where all of this from up here drains down in, because it slopes down in this way, comes down into here, feeds this half moon swale, and then that's going to really nourish those trees and give them a ton of water. So I want to keep on working on the pines around my property and get them up to speed, and focus on those to give them as much of an opportunity to grow and thrive as possible, because I want to turn this back into the pine forest. And here's a few of my new projects that I'm working on for pine trees. Here's one that looks like it's almost dead, but it's starting to come back. And what happened was there was a bush that was choking this out. What's up there, little fella? What are you doing? Let's see, let's get... I don't know why this isn't working. There we go. Little toad, or not toad, a little lizard. But anyway, back to this. There was a bush that was choking this out. So you see on this side, it looks like there's no activity at all as far as growth. But on this side, you do have some nice, branches going. It's just really a lopsided tree. So I'm going to focus on this one, put some fertilizer in there for it and see how that can do. And then here's another one that's really, it's already starting to show signs of life, which is amazing because this thing was dang near dead. It was basically just a twig, and it had like a few tufts on the end here where you would see pine needles, but now it's really starting to fill in. I've been focusing on this one, working with it for about a week now. So that looks good. And what eventually I'd like to do is just get all this area kind of transformed, like I was saying, over to the pine trees. Because these pines right here that I've worked on, these right here, that one and that one, they were almost dead as well about a year ago, and look at them now. I mean, these trees are really healthy, super healthy. Look at this. So that's what I'm going to do to all the pine trees around my place. That pine tree is doing great. Dug out a thing for this one. Got more over here. This one's doing awesome. And then I want to start to clear out this kind of scrub brush back in here and focus on like this pine, and then of course that pine tree, and then there's a smaller one that's back in there. And you know, just get those really to grow. Because another thing too about the junipers, they cause hay fever, and I've got the world's worst allergies. So it'll be nice to not have the junipers so close to my camper, even though the pollen will be a lot, it won't be as intense hitting the, you know, the living structures. So for today, we were going to go into Seligman to work on the Stagecoach Inn and Pizza Joint for the Overland meetup, but I think we're going to have to postpone that to probably Wednesday. Reason being, the roads are just shot right now. I can't get out of here. So I was going to take my trailer with the quad and a bunch of tools and gardening equipment, but we're going to have to wait for the roads to firm up. So today, what we're going to do is just chill out here today, work on that swale over there, and just kind of do a few things around here. I also have to do laundry, so we're going to do that by hand. And it's a real nice start to the day. And the rain today is only supposed to be a 30% chance, so I don't think we're going to get any. And the next bump comes through this coming weekend, so look forward to that. So I'm going to spend more time, you know, down in the lower meadow this week, like I was saying earlier in the video, and get all those check dams really dialed in, and maybe even construct a few more in the secondary areas and see how that works out. So, all right, everybody, that's it for today's update. This is Monday morning, about 9:30 right now, and we're going to post this video here shortly. So I'm doing it on my phone. My computer's shot right now. I've got to take it in, which good news is tomorrow I'm taking my truck back in to get my suspension adjusted. And what I did for my suspension here, real quick, I'll show you guys. I've got new control arms, and then the Bilstein 5100s, the adjustable shocks. The only thing about it is they're adjusted on the highest setting, and it's kind of a rough ride, so we're going to put it down to the medium setting. And then same thing in the back here, just redid the shocks, and you know, went with the Bilsteins in the back. Those are good. And wanted to get the truck all dialed in before, you know, I get the camper. The M1 camper, I get that installed in exactly a month. And I'm really excited for that. That's going to be insane. So going to be heading to Denver to hit up Tune Outdoor and get that all squared away. So that's why I want to get the truck, you know, everything taken care of prior to that. So we're heading into the shop tomorrow. So therefore I can take my computer in and get back up and running with stuff. But anyway, hope y'all have a good day. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.